So hey folks, and welcome back to another video. On this week's video, we're back on the Tiger. The weather this weekend's been really awful, so we didn't manage to get out yesterday being Saturday, so this is Sunday morning. And fingers crossed, we're not getting any rain for a couple of hours. So I just wanted to get out, show you a couple of upgrades that I've done or doing on the Tiger just before we head off on our adventure. Now in the last video you'll have seen me with the windscreen deflector on from Triumph. That was a genuine Triumph part. Now I put it on top. I thought it would give me a bit of extra coverage or less wind when I'm on the motorways, and actually it didn't. It went the other way. It actually created a lot of wind turbulence around my helmet when I was on the motorway with the screen in its high position. So I've taken that off. Bit of a mistake from myself. They're not cheap. They're about £150 from Triumph. So I'll be trying to get my money back on that, or I'll be selling that online. Noisy seagull. Yeah, the screen itself is pretty good at doing its job. When it's in the tall position, you get very little wind buffeting or anything around your helmet. So it's pretty good. I'll be keeping it as it is and not going down that route again. Now the other item I want to mention is this seat cover. I'll show you a close-up of this in a minute. It's like a 3D mesh cover to allow air to flow underneath your backside when you're actually riding along, to stop your backside getting hot in hotter climates. It does actually add a little bit of comfort also, with it being about 8mm thick and quite spongy. But this is from a company called Cool Covers, and they're a UK-based company. They're not cheap. They're about £50 to £65 per cover. They do covers for the front and also the back seat. I paid for this. Like I say, I picked it up at the Adventure Bike Festival. There was a little bit of a discount at that time, but I can highly recommend it. I've used some in the past that have just been like a mesh. This one actually is, like I say, a 3D mesh, so you can actually feel the air coming under you as well. So let me show you a close-up of that. Don't know if you can see the 3D effect just there. It's quite squishy, which is nice for extra comfort, but it allows the air to come through and underneath your backside to stop you getting hot spots. Some people put sheepskin rugs on for long distance touring, but I'll try and I'll have a go with this on the next tour. Now, I normally use my telephone as a Sat Nav on the SP Connect charging mount when I go on tours, but this time I've decided to invest in a proper Sat Nav, a dedicated one for my trips, and something that's permanently on the bike. So I've ordered a special adapter bar that fits onto where the handle that lifts and raises the screen is, and then the Sat Nav, a Garmin Zumo I think it's called, will sit right above the screen. So that'll save me using my telephone as a sat nav. I can keep that for other things and keep the battery topped up while on trips. So that's on its way from sportbikeshop.co.uk, and that'll be here in a couple of days. So once that's on, I'll show you that. And that's pretty much it then. I know I said it before, but I'm pretty much accessorized out. When I bought this bike, I thought, okay, it's got everything I need on it. I don't really need to spend any money on it. But I've actually spent quite a bit on it. So anyway, that's what bikes are for, isn't it? To spend money on and get them how you want them. Okay, so I wanted to show you another thing that I've bought for the trip. It's in the top box, so let's go and head over to there. But this is a air inflator for the tyres, so if I get a puncture I can repair the tyre, but also I've got something to blow the tyres up with. It's got a rechargeable battery in, so I don't have to plug it into the cigarette lighter socket or the DIN adapter on the bike, so it just makes life a little bit easier. And I've also used this while I've been just off the bike from home, just to check my tyre pressures and inflate them. So let me show you that. Okay, so that's the device. As you can see, it's about the size of my hand, pretty small. Okay, so the device has got a screen on it, if you can see just there. It tells you your tyre pressure. It's also got a light on the front as well. Has a little screw-in port there for where the tube goes onto the wheel. Now the tube should be in here somewhere. So you get one of these adapters, and basically you screw that end in, and then that goes onto your tyre valve. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that little device, and it doesn't take up too much room. Little air compressor, I bought that off Amazon, and I'll pop a link in the description below. Okay, so one other thing that came through in the post this week that I want to show you is motorcycle jeans. These are from Roadskin, as you can see on the t-shirt. Thank you very much for the jeans and the t-shirt. These were sent to me. I've not paid for these, but I've worn these now 3 times this week while out riding, and compared to my other jeans that I was wearing in the past, they're really comfortable. These are the Tyrannis Elite AAA rated jeans, single layer jeans, and they've got Kevlar lining all the way through. So AAA rated, highest rating in the industry. Now they do a few different models of jeans. These ones actually hug your legs a little bit. They do a looser fitting one if that's what you prefer. As I say, these are AAA rated, which is the highest in the industry. Now these jeans come in either blue or black. I opted for the blue pair that they sent me, but they're really stretchy material and really comfy while riding. They do come with knee pads and also hip protectors that they're supplied with, but yeah, all round generally a little bit longer in the leg as well, so it's great to go over boots or shorty boots like I wear. If any of you are interested, somebody asked the other day, these are Alpine Stars and these are the short boots, fully waterproof. So those are the jeans that I'm currently testing, but so far so good. Now the other thing that I'll be adding to this motorcycle is a new set of tyres. So somebody commented on my last video on the Karoo street tyres that this bike came with. I've done about 3,600 miles, or the bike has, since new. I've not done that, I've only had this bike a few weeks. I have a little issue with these tyres, that they drone a little bit between 65 and 70 miles per hour, so when you're on the motorway it becomes a little bit annoying. And basically I'll be putting the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2 tyres on this bike, which are more a 95% road, 5% off-road on a trail, and those should be a little bit better, I'm hoping. Now, as I've mentioned before, I won't be really taking this bike off-road, very little in fact, so it'll be mainly road use, so I want more of a sport touring tyre, and that's what the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s will offer. So those will be going on a week before we go on our trip, so I'll show you those when they come, and obviously give you a review of those over time, how they did on the bike. So that's about it for this episode. I'm going to head out now on the bike, guys. If you want to see a little bit of riding action on the Triumph Tiger, stay tuned for that in a minute. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you can give the video a big like, it really helps us, guys, really helps to grow the channel. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the bike shortly. Now, as expected, the clouds are rolling in a little bit, so there's rain incoming. A few bikers out learning to ride, love to see that. See, just there we've got the average speed cameras, and yeah, I'm super excited to get that Sat Nav mounted. So it's going to sit literally there, so that pole or that arm will come off, and then there's a different one, like a bar, that goes on there, and that's where the Sat Nav will be mounted. So as I lift the screen and drop the screen, the Sat Nav will lower and raise as well. But yeah, good position to have it in, I think. I'm looking forward to getting that mounted. Okay, speed limit up to 50 now. So these cameras, by the way, if you're ever up this way or if you live around here, you already know about them. But average speed cameras 50 all the way along here now, and then 30 through the villages. It's really windy today, so I hope the mic's not picking it up too much, guys. Now, I did notice the other day that they're actually putting those also from junction 33 on the M6 all the way up the A6 through Lancaster town centre. God knows why you need average speed cameras through a town centre. It's 30 mile an hour, it's 20 mile an hour, and they've even mounted one right next to a speed camera anyway, so I just don't get it. Are the old speed cameras being taken out of commission? Who knows? So these cameras just here, ANPR cameras, checking your tax and MOT and insurance. Cameras everywhere. Can't wait to get to Europe on this bike. Hopefully less cameras. Let's see. Now I'm hoping to get out and do more camping trips when I come back from Europe in August. Probably the rest of August, September and into October. I love motor camping, can't beat it. And the only reason why I haven't been camping that much other than the ABR festival is that I actually hurt my lower back, and I'm trying to get that repaired and back fit again. Just about at the stage now where a long ride on the bike and I'm not getting any pain, but I still have to be a little bit careful with it. So we should resume towards the middle to end of August with some camping trips. Okay, so we're just in Caton now. Again, the average speed cameras are here. There's a Gulf petrol station ahead. I'm just going to fill up there, so I'm going to cut the video here, guys. And thanks for tuning in yet again, and we'll catch you on another video next weekend. Hopefully the weather will perk up a little bit, but have a great week at work, whatever you're doing. Talk to you soon.